I suppose one of my best talents is coming up with brand new ideas. It's like freestyle in the first place. I was one of the people that sort of just came up with a concept. We're always looking for new things to do with dogs, and basically for me it was, when I was a kid I was a figure skater. As more as an adult, as a competitive dancer, always been a dog trainer from 15. So basically the concept of freestyle is dancing, training dogs, and choreographing, and then putting it all to music. It's all the things I like in life, all put into one parcel. By the time I'd spent a little while doing the dogs, I knew that that's actually what I really wanted to do. My wife was in England for a short holiday, and I met her there, and we sort of fell in love, and I ended up here later, and I had to start all over again, basically, because I'd already built a reputation in England.
I grew up in a home without animals, so I always said to my mom, well, when I get older, I'm going to have all these animals and she won't let me have any. So I married a man who loved animals, and then we just gradually got more and more. Before I had children, I was on the originating committee that started up the whole sport with Ray, and Ray and I both formed the club that now exists, Pause to Dance. We were the founders of that club together. And once I had children, the more time went into my children than into my dogs, so that was fine.
The club as a whole now is very strong, and because the people are so tight, it's not that, you know, everyone agrees all the time, but they're way past their teething problems of anyone getting personal about things or anything. And yeah, most of them didn't know each other before. It was purely, it's brought them together, and a lot of them, you completely changed their lives.
When you say dog dancing, it sounds funny. It sounds comical, and that it must be something that you do on late night TV for fun. And I mean, there's a lot of work to it. It does catch people's eyes or catch their imagination.
I had never heard of dog dancing. So I was talking to our neighbor over the fence one day, and he told me about this guy who teaches dog tricks, and that was Ray. I went down that night. I saw it, and I thought it was pretty cool, and that's how it started.
I fell in love with it right away. I was the first to sign up, I'm sure.
That's the one thing with working with the dogs that I'm slowly learning is it's really, really hard.
And I've been very lucky with having great dogs all the time, dogs that love me back.
I love music, I love dancing, and I love dogs, and it just all fit. I just had to get the right dog that would enjoy it as much as I did, so now I have one.
I'm learning a little bit about dance that I never did growing up. It's just a reason to spend more individual time with the dogs and with music and dance.
There are still things other than dogs that are happening in my life, but just not a lot of them.
You touch, ready, steady, and two. I was off for a year when I got Pepsi, so I had the time to spend with him, but he went everywhere with me. I would go down to the local big grocery store, and I would sit with my puppy right there. Of course, a puppy just attracts people, so he got used to all kinds of people, and because of that, I think it's made my life easier for the training. Hi, stay, wait, yes.
Look at you, look at you.
Gail Walsh is my mom, and Katrina's grandma. And I have to admit, I thought my mom had lost her mind a little bit. I'd never heard of it before, but finally went out and saw her after she'd been doing it a little while, and despite myself, I was somewhat impressed.
Yeah, like I thought it was really weird, but when I saw it, it was kind of cool.
High, walk, slow, 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 slow. Good boy. Oh,
The dog dancing, I remember thinking, oh wow, what's she into now? I just thought it was really cool, and so typically Gail, here we go, something different.
And down. I especially love it when I get a character role, like when I was doing the Stray Cat Strut one up here, and I've got the cat outfit on. I can just play it up and just have fun with it. And what I love about that, I can get to see what I'm doing can make other people enjoy and have fun too. And I love when I can look as I'm doing something and I can pinpoint my eyes at somebody's in the audience and just as if I'm interacting with them. And that is really fun. And luckily I've got a dog that'll keep going. I don't have to keep my eyes on him all the time, because my other ones I used to, I couldn't do that. But this one, he gives me that freedom to be able to get in there and just have fun with it. Kiss? Do we get a kiss? Ready? Down. Down. Good girl.
So we come in a couple of times a day, definitely in the evenings, but I try to do it a couple of times earlier as well. And we just sort of work through some of our training. Through? Yes. A lot of times I'll work without the music, and then I'll put the music on and we'll work our way through that as well. And I have treats in my hand. Kind of need them because she's had dinner already, so. Spin. Good. Come, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
I was very surprised when I found out that Lynn was a dog dancer. She's totally dedicated to it, and she works very hard training the dogs, and she's loving them. They're basically her children, so she's with them constantly. When she's not working, that is.
She started out in theater back east, and she came, I think it was to Banff or someplace where she met my brother, Colin. And then they sort of hooked up, and he stayed with theater, and she got into the movies and went from there.
She's a real workhorse, and she works her butt off.
Good girl. Can we let your brother out? Can we let your brother out? I talk to them. They go everywhere with me. You know, they get me out for exercise because the guys have got to be walked, and we've got to work with them. And I don't know. I can't imagine life without dogs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, hi, hi. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl.
What day? Oh, yeah, that's nice. I think of them as my family. So, I mean, it's just so natural to do that, I think. And they're pretty well behaved, so I don't have to, actually they're better than family. I don't have to get after them too much. Hey, Odie, come here, pet. Well, we always had a dog or a cat, and I don't know, it's just who I am. There you go, guys. Okay, okay. Good boys.
I became friends with Annette when we both started as flight attendants back in 1969, and we were in the same class. And Annette's always been an animal lover. It doesn't matter if it was a dog or a goat or whatever. You know, she'd always go to these classes and she would talk about it. And of course, we were really good friends. So, and we would at first, you know, giggle and laugh and dancing with your dogs, thinking until you actually see it, you kind of have this envision that, you know, partners type thing. But because she was so passionate about it, then you sort of learn a little bit more about it. And of course, then your whole conception, well, my whole conception of that was totally changed.
I work with different people every day, and we spend many hours together, and I talk about it, and they look at me, and I say, okay, I know it's weird, and most of them have never heard of it before, but some probably go away thinking I'm weird, and some think it's kind of fun. Nothing. No mail, guys. Odie gets a real big kick, and he's trained Jake to do this. The ducks usually rest along the side of the pond there, and he'll go flying up the side like you've kind of seen, just to watch them all plop into the water. It's kind of funny. We haven't got after him for it because it amuses him and it doesn't hurt the ducks any.
There's a little bit of sibling rivalry, I think, there with Odie. My brother is younger than me, and Odie's obviously a little bit younger than me, but he's kind of like the third sibling, so sometimes there's a little rivalry for attention. And Odie's the dog that she really started training with. And I think they do have sort of a special relationship. And I wouldn't say this in front of Jake, but I think Odie might have a bigger piece of her heart.
Oh, they're looking for some food. I'll just feed them here. Okay, come on. I think age is why a lot of us are in it, because we finished raising our family, although there are a lot of women who've never had children. But it's not something you can do when you still are raising children. It's too time consuming. And my kids, they know that this is dead serious in terms of commitment. And my mom, who's 87, and my mother-in-law, they're getting it more and more too.
I don't think it's been even slightly tapped what the potential of dogs and people could be. So I thought, well, its next form is to get very theatrical. And I thought this put on a show. And I'd always thought it'd be really great to take, groups of dogs and then have a storyline. And the dog and the person is a bit like a character, and then build a story with music and put it all on the stage. My young son, he's one of the world's, he's only 13, but he's one of the world's foremost kite flyers. And I thought, this could be really good. If I could get indoor kite flyers to come and participate, they will be able to control their kites. They will just come in and do their job if I tell them what they've got to do. And my son happens to be one of them, so this is great. I thought, okay, this is perfect. All I got to do is dream up a storyline. The kite flyers can be characters, the dogs and their people can be characters, and I can devise a story how they interact, and at a stage, lights, music, and away we go. We've got a show, and that's what's going to happen. It would, I don't know, the nearest thing I can think of is a bit like a Cirque du Soleil performance, basically, but using dogs and kites. So I just wanted to talk about sort of approaching this new show, guys. I've completed music for the first half of the show. Obviously, the first thing is we've got to let the audience know what's going on, because they have no idea what they're coming to see. I'll put some music on it. It'll give you a general feel of what's going on. I would imagine if you're doing a real performance, you get the benefit of, coming up with an idea and then building the music around that, actually getting someone to compose the music. Well, I haven't had the luxury of that, so I've had to find music. So the first bit is just atmosphere music. What you've got to understand about this is that you and your dog are one character. It's not you and your dog. You and your dog are a character. Yeah, it's been quite an ordeal, a little bit more than I thought it was going to be, but like everything else, stay on track, it gets done. And I want to be finished with it because I want to move on to actual help the performers be able to do their job. I don't think anyone was terribly scared of the next few months that are going to be quite hard work for them. Maybe a little bit overwhelmed right now in the sense of realizing how much work they're going to have to do. Hold on a second. I just got to get a bit of volume going here. So it's very dark, very eerie. All the kites will start flying. They'll fly them out into the audience and bring them back. It's all going to get really wild. Strong lights. This is why we have to have dogs that can cope with this. Otherwise, it'll frighten the life out of them. I would expect to be working on it right up until, we do it. So it's not going to be finished until we perform it. And I've got just over a year to prepare everyone and everything. Just very dynamic and dramatic and all the rest of it. Basically, you've got two worlds. One of them is a dog world, very kind people live in the forest and very earthy. And the other world is these kite flyer guys that are living below in caverns. Okay, get him. One of the kite flying people decides to go and visit the other world. And one of the dog people decides to follow him back to his world. Basically, the other people, kite flyers down there, don't like the idea of that. They imprison them, so they have to call on their god to help them go rescue their person back. The two gods basically challenge each other. They have a clash. The kite flying god, he basically has to die. They all come back, big celebration, and everyone lives happily ever after. Kushi, Kushi. Ty's gonna be the Kushi. He's gonna be the god of the dogs, and he's gonna basically go down to the caverns and kill the god of the kite flyers.
No, I'm not at all involved with that. So I have very busy with my own life right now. So yeah, Ray does all of that. So I'm just here to support him and to support Tristan and, you know, be the cheering section when the show is on. So, yep.
These are Corabelle's ribbons. We haven't been doing it very long. We've only been competing a couple of years now. So these were the ribbons from her first competition. And then that summer she wouldn't do anything more. So we went to another 6 shows and she didn't do anything. So we got the first ribbon on the first day and got a lovely little trophy, which was almost sort of a booby prize because she didn't do anything at all. And then the following year we went back to the same Washington competition and we did really well. That's what this whole stack here is. Sort of vindication from the year before when we hadn't gotten anything. We went back and we cleaned up on that day. So. My husband passed away from cancer this summer. You know, he had it for 3 years. We've always known that it was inevitable. It was just he all of a sudden got very, very sick and passed away. So when he started to get sick, we decided that what we would like to do is for me to take the next 6 months off just so that we could have the time together. And that didn't work out. It just, he got sick a lot faster than we expected. So when he passed away, I made the conscious decision that I was not going to go back to work until after Christmas, and I was going to do the stuff for the gala and just kind of, I don't know, chill out and get my life together. And, you know, I'll come home at night after a class and sort of, you know, have something new that these guys have done and sort of wish that I could be sharing it with him. So yeah, you know, it's very hard for Rupert to understand. He was my husband's dog, and he spent every minute with my husband. You know, Colin would carry him everywhere in the crook of his arm. He's just, you know, a lot more needy than usual, and he doesn't let me go very far from him. It's just, it's different. It's different being alone. So. Come. Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, this is work time, this is not play time. So we're going to try and get through, guys. Some of these pieces are quite difficult as far as the dogs go. Do your best, because I don't want to have to stop the music because you're not even on the right part of the stage. So best thing, like always, we just try it. If we fall apart, we stop the music and, you know, we start again, that's all. Okay, Tristan, let's do it. Guys, pretend this is the real thing. Stay in character. Pretend you're on the stage. We've taken each individual routine to let them know basically how they're going to get on stage, what side of the stage is they're going to go on, and see if there was any inherent problems with the choreography. If you're not on stage, already be in position for when you do come on stage.
My biggest obstacle will be whether I remember what I'm supposed to be doing, because he is great. It's going to be me. If somebody goofs, it's going to be me.
Come on, circles, guys, move it.
I think, you know, the people thought it was going to be a little bit easier than it is. Like, I've got the music playing, and someone, you know, it comes to their part and they go, well, am I in this one? Yeah, it's just like, yeah, you're on stage now, you know.
All right, let's keep it moving.
We haven't all worked together like this. Before we started working on this gala, we had individual lessons and worked on our routines and went home. But to have this many in a small, confined area, we haven't done before. So it's a challenge, part of the fun of the whole thing, you know?
As far as expectations goes, I think we'll pull this off quite well. We've got it blocked in. We've got the ideas there. We've got 6-7 months now to make sure that the dogs are comfortable with photographers, with flashing lights, props, and lots of dogs.
Guys, watch Lydia and Ali.
I think our biggest obstacle for myself and for all of us probably is keeping a handle on our nerves, because the dogs sense that, but we're going to be nervous. The handlers will be.
On the back. They've never really been on a real stage before, so that's going to be exciting for them, but definitely a new experience for them. So help them to prepare for that as well.
But right now, even if it's rough, I need you to be able to learn to get through, okay?
Ray, I do have to leave early today, so
Okay. Okay. I'll be your understudy. We're 7 months away now. We're dead on schedule. If anything, probably a little bit ahead of what I originally anticipated. So I'm not in any panic. I've choreographed for success, not failure.
What is amazing is that we have so many different talents. And that's why I think this is going to be a great performance, because it's all coming together. We've got all the different types of people that we need. We've got our stage manager, Lynn, who's had over 30 years experience as a stage manager. The last film that she did was with Walt Disney. And then we've got Ray, who's put this whole storyline together. He has a hard time getting it down on paper, so Lydia is a school teacher, and she was great to be able to sit down with him, pull out his ideas out and actually put it into script. And then we've got Annette doing the costumes, and other people just pulling everything together and digging in and helping. So it's everybody combined, and there's lots of different talents.
Come on, guys. Dogs should be standing.
Okay, we're going to go through again. Any weaknesses in your dog? You do it now, okay? 5 minutes, we're doing it again. Up here.
Well, when I was in high school, when I first started sewing when I was pretty young, because I loved dolls, and so I wanted doll clothes, and so I just cut things up and made them, and I enjoyed sewing in high school. It was probably my best subject, which isn't saying much, I guess. So I hadn't sewn much in a lot of years. I went out and got a new sewing machine. I should probably put some glasses on. And so far, the sewing machine didn't break down, so that's good. No glitches that way. Ray has, of course, been, oh, I missed one piece here, has been very patient. But I said to him when I offered, before I offered or suggested that maybe I could take it on, I said, do you think you can work with me on this? And so he's very patient, you might have noticed. But of course, I had to be too, because he has an idea here and he has to share it, and I have to try to understand it, and then I do something, and sometimes he likes it better and sometimes not. So this is our boss's costume. This is Ray's. He hasn't actually worn it. He's tried it on, but he hasn't actually worn it, so we'll see. Nobody else has really seen it yet, so. See, I moved it. See? Did you hear that?
10 carat.
I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, it comes up as $5.76.
It's a Cash for Gold party. So we've got friends and members of the club are here with their jewelry. We've brought in these people, and I can't remember what group they are, and they're appraising the stuff.
Brad, how does it work? Are you keeping track of how much the 10% is, or do you give it to the people? How does it work?
At the end of the night, we tally up all the sheets, get the number.
So my friends don't have to pay us? No. Okay. No, you don't have to pay.
You keep the 10%.
No.
I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
We're looking at $25,000 that we have to come up with. We're not halfway yet. We might be halfway soon.
I think this is my mother-in-law's old watch, I think.
We've had a pearl raffle, and that raffle made $1,700. A few of us put on a workshop, made $400 and a bit. I put on a small workshop that didn't make a whole lot, but it made a little bit. We've sold cookies. Gosh, I have a list somewhere of all the things that we've done.
The 17 jewel he'd pass on in lady's watch. That's not solid gold.
The one I have isn't gold either.
The fundraising has been a very big part and a very time-consuming part of the whole thing, and my husband has been incredibly patient. I'm not sure if the roles were reversed that I'd be quite so happy with all the time spent away, and not to mention money. It's pretty expensive. To my wife, 21st birthday. Everybody's heirlooms that they treasured, and they hand them on to their grandchildren. The grandchildren, just tragic.
And this is her new move. Hey, good girl, good girl. Walk through, walk through, walk through. The move that I was doing with Cora where she was walking between my legs. It started as a joke, and Rhea sort of mentioned it as only Cora could do, walking between the legs. So I went home and I was like, okay, fine. We got her to do that, and I went back and showed him again, and he said, yeah, but now she should weave backwards through your legs. We're not there yet. And he's doing the same thing in the gala, and he's doing that with all of us and with the whole show. It's kind of like he gets everything to a certain stage, and then he pushes everybody one stage further. So, hey, turn. Good girl. Yeah.
Well, when we had our first meeting, I picked up this poster and I thought, oh, it was so perfect. This magnificent horse jumping over this huge water jump. And it says, obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off the goal. So I held that up and read it out because I knew that there'd be a zillion obstacles, but there are a zillion things that come up, but they're only obstacles if you don't look at the end goal. And so, I don't know, I thought about it a lot. I don't know if anybody else did. And so I thought at our big after-party celebration, I would bring this out and say, this is the equestrian team who won an Olympic silver medal. That'll be us. Only I think I'd like to cross out and put gold.
Coucher, aboucher, rest, rest. Shisha bois. So this is my normal training area that I work. It's just an old barn, and Ty, who is the dog that's going to defeat the bad guy in the show, he's going to go through a training session today, and he will try to really bite the bad guy. He will do it. This is a machine. Tyran, alt, guard. And the dog is extremely high driven, so it's like having a gun that's got a hair trigger. It's just, it just goes at the slightest touch. But it's actually very safe to be around him because he's not aggressive at all. There's not an aggressive bone in his body. Turn it back.
I'm the evil underlord, and I rule the underworld. And Ty's going to come to the rescue, and I'm going to die. The gala is probably one of the most amazing things that you'll see with dogs ever. And there's few, maybe none, that can actually duplicate what is going to be done, which makes it exciting in itself. You know, it's really neat to be a part of it, but it's really neat that it started here 25 years ago, and now it's gone worldwide. And it's coming home for this one.
Tyrann, alt, au pied. Good boy. Au pied. Assis. Boucher. Good boy. Pas boucher. Rest. For the first time, we brought the kite flyers that are in the show into town, and I'm basically trying to choreograph the whole second half. Their character is absolutely pure evil, like they would jump off the stage and slit your throat. So don't make eye contact with dogs when you're doing it, you scare them, you know, so look over their head, just don't look into their eyes, you know.
I got into indoor kite flying, man. I've been flying kites for 7 years, I guess, before I even got into indoor. And I went to a contest, an outdoor kite flying contest, and as part of that there was an indoor contest, and I had to try it. And the first time I flew an indoor kite, I entered a contest. I fell down, and it's good.
No, you're facing that way, Tristan. Yeah. Right. You get it?
I had no idea what to expect, but with the music that we've been listening to and flying to, I feel like a rogue, evil, unbridled, you know, like Gene Simmons, but badder, you know?
Come on, get those kites in the air.
About a year ago, my son started competing quite actively with the indoor kites, and Ray was at that competition and saw him fly and saw us fly. And Ray has definitely been an influence to me in my flying, and he approached us that very night and asked us to be a part of the show, so we were tickled.
Good. Now make sure your lines are good. Get in the habit. Make sure your lines are good. Not after you start, before. Annette, keep Jake down. Get those kites ready. Here it comes. Go! This morning so far we've managed to roughly lay out the choreography for all the second half, except for the finale. The important part for me is I've got to put a lot of cues in the music, sound effects, things like that, because people work a lot to the sound effects in the music, and now I know what the choreography is going to be. I can go back to the music and put cues in for them when they're going to change up flyers and things like that.
The kite flyers will come back in August, and we'll actually then put them together with the dogs in the theatre, and we'll rent packs of lights and things like that, and see how it goes.
I think it's going to be just fine. Give these guys a bit of time to practice it. They won't take long. Yeah, it will look good on the day. Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are Paws to Dance, and strange as it seems, we dance with our dogs. And it's our privilege to come and dance for you this afternoon. I hope you enjoy us very much, because we sure enjoy playing for you. And it is playing for us. You watch the dogs. I think they have more fun in here than they would do if they were sitting at home on the couch.
To do the care homes. They really appreciate it. They really like to see the dogs. So the care homes are really special to do.
There are a lot of people in here, elderly people. I'm not elderly, you know, but I'm 83, but not so far. The other people in there, they enjoy it.
It's better than watching TV.
You have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to have a passion for it. You have to be willing to work on it, while at the same time not letting other people discourage you from what you want to do. I think one of the greatest gifts anyone can find is something that they enjoy and that they get to pursue.
people are really creative, the way she managed to combine many moves together and create a dance out of it.
I think what I learned from my mom is how important that relationship with animals is and how we should treat them with a great deal of respect and how important and fulfilling they can be in our lives.
I would love to dance with my dogs, like anywhere, given the chance.
I've never seen anything like it before.
I didn't think it would be
Pretty
that
awesome.
cool, actually.
Annette always has something on the go. Like, she's not an idle person. She does everything wholehearted.
I'm never really sure how it's going to go. I guess none of us are. And so I just wanted so badly to be able to show, you know, what he can really do. And it doesn't always work out that way, but it's fun anyway. We would have given up a long time ago if that was too much to handle, you know.
We always get a good crowd. So I heard a few people when I was dancing with him going, Yahoo! So I guess that means they liked it, hopefully.
I look at Gail like, oh my goodness, she is not your typical senior citizen. She will be young forever.
No. Listen, Anne. See, what you think and what people see is a total different thing, yeah? Yeah.
We're at the theater for the very first time. We're doing our first staging here. Up until this point, I've done all the stage management work as well as a bit of the, pretty much designing the set, etc. I've acquired quite a bit of the set materials, borrowing shamelessly on the contacts that I've got in the industries. I also work with a dog, and it's extremely hard for me to run around, put the sets together, take all the notes, run the video cameras, and train my dog. And to that end, we've just acquired a new stage manager, Teresa.
I'm so happy to be in the show. Although I'm technically and unfortunately, I'm scared of dogs. I'm trying to get to the point that I can touch them.
What I want you guys to do, show me the characters, okay? Because I need to know, we still got time to work on this, so I need to know what we're going to work on. The point is, help each other to get through this thing, okay? This is not, it's not about any one of us, it's about doing the show. We all good?
Yes. Okay, I have one comment, guys. As you exit, when you walk into the wings, just take a look, turn and look. If you can see any one of these seats, they can see you. So you need to stay in character way far out. Don't just hit like where Karen is and stop, because everybody can
Still
see
see
you.
him, yeah. Lynn, she's very professional, what can I say? Obviously, she's had a massive loss, but it was more of a hiccup than anything. She seems to be able to separate life into components. So it really hasn't technically affected the show. Okay, we're going to do it and see how we do. Come on, guys, like there's really an audience. Stage your blackout. Then you can all back up, stay in character, and the curtains are closed on you, okay? You guys can go and get changed. I'm going to work with a kite fly as a touch.
I really feel the character coming on. I just love it when the music's going, and once I cross that line, I'm in character. It's just a great feeling.
I'll tell you what, let's run the opening one, okay? And you guys can pretend the other two guys are here. Two of my kite flyers, one of them at the moment is appearing in America's Got Talent, and he's been put through to the semi-finals, which means he's in LA and couldn't come here. But his mother is also flying in this show. I just thought it was safe at this point to do some re-choreography with the flyers I have and make their roles a little bit more major, give them more to do. The upshot of it all is, even if I only had two kite flyers, these guys can do this show.
I expect that the second half of our dress rehearsal might be a little tougher because we're going to be working with our dogs this time. Much different when you put an animal in with you.
Right from the beginning, guys. Good. You'll soon get it. Just listen to the music. Nice squeeze, Gail. Right, good. The first time you go around on the circle, around Annette and Sharon, no arm. That's for the second one, okay? So if you remember nothing else this run through, remember that one. No arm on the first one.
It's so far removed from where we started, you know, from where we thought it would go. The truth will come out when Ray talks to us after. He's the one who decides how it went. It's his show.
I know you're tired, and these guys are making mistakes as their arms are just killing them by now, but make use of this time here, because this time's precious, you know? You know, my fear is not enough people would be here. With the amount of work and effort that's gone in so far, to not have people come and watch would be sort of a shame. But I'm not worried about that even now, because I know that there will be enough bodies in the seats. And as far as I'm concerned, the more the merrier. Good. Okay, better. Good.
We're having our garage sale here, raising funds for the gala. We have a lot of fundraising to do yet, but we're still very hopeful.
How much are the cookbooks?
The cookbooks. Did we get a price going on those? They vary a little. I don't think Ray has been to very many of our fundraisers. Today, he has classes, his own obedience classes, so he can't be here. The fundraising is mostly up to the members. Aren't these beautiful?
Yes, they are.
I know. They're like brand new, too. You just want one?
Just this one.
How about 5? It's brand new. Ray was hoping to get at least one major sponsor for some dog food company. It hasn't come through yet. I have still a couple of sponsors that I'm pretty sure are coming through for $500 and smaller amounts. Thank you very much.
Can you tell me what those rubber mats are selling for over there?
No, they're not for sale.
Oh, they're
We're
not.
using, we dance with our dogs, and we're going to be dancing with them, and so they dance on that. No.
You know, some days, I must admit, I don't feel like doing it, especially when I was working. I'd come home and I'd think, after you get dinner ready and clean up, and I have to get to bed early because I'm up at 6, and it was hard. I just retired, so now it's not quite so bad, but when I was working, it was definitely hard. So you'd have to make that effort to even put 15 minutes aside, but once I got started, then yeah, I'd say I'll go in and just do 15 minutes, and at least he's learned something, and then I get carried away, and then pretty soon it's a half an hour down the road. So once I get started, I'm fine. That's fine.
He likes a good tug. Tug away, don't you? Like a good tug. Yes.
You know, right now we've upped the number of rehearsals again to, like, now we're doing 3 a week. And, you know, I'm hoping everybody can keep that pace going, because it is going to get harder and harder, and it gets more intense. I mean, each of our rehearsals are 2 hours long, and we're probably working on only one piece, so it gets really kind of nitpicky on each part of that piece. I look at, you know, the gala's coming, and gee, I wish I had more time. But there's never really going to be enough time. But I don't think we're going to hit any large hurdles anymore. I think we've hit them all, and we're ready to go.
Oh, I've been nervous right from the get-go. It has always seemed like a distant event, and now there's a sense of urgency almost that we have to get all this stuff done, we have to get the details done. And every step takes longer than we think it's going to take. That's what we've really noticed.
That looks good, Joan.
And right now, out in the barn, out in Langley, there's a crew of people working on that set. There's also a throne that they've built for the evil Daigor.
We're hoping to get all of these set pieces done very shortly, within the next week or so that we're not worrying about any of this anymore. It's getting a little scary how close it's getting, so it's definitely starting to feel very real.
Dan, can I cut some of this orange stuff off?
Yep, just cut it at a bit of an angle.
How do you mean? So it's, yeah, show me first. Don't want to do it wrong. You've had enough of that.
How many dogs do you think we have here tonight? 7. Oh, good. It's a good dog turnout.
Yeah. I retired in June, and so far I don't feel like I've retired yet. I'm sure I won't until this is over with.
My dog, Odie, my Sheltie, has not been feeling too well. So I took him in, and my vet, I thought he was just going to do x-rays, and he did an internal then and felt this walnut-sized tumor. So, and he told me he had cancer, and Odie looked just fine, you know. He would never have known that. And then the vet said if he didn't do surgery, he had maybe a month. It was just not acceptable. So anyway, today then, brought him in at 11 this morning. I hadn't really talked to anybody because it's easier not to talk to people about it, truthfully. So he got busy with other surgery, and anyway, he just phoned me here and said that he couldn't do anything. So he phoned the oncologist, and she recommended chemo. We'll just continue every 3 weeks as long as it holds the tumor in control. You just have to pick up and carry on and try not to focus on it, because it doesn't help any, you know. Anyway.
You're doing good up here, but you're using mainly your top half of your body, and it does look a little bit strange. You've got legs, if you bend them, your body will look way better. So. So, move your legs, okay? I know it's hard, but see what you come up with. Don't scare. At this point, it's our last chance to go over the single routines before we do quick run-throughs of the whole thing. So my last chance to give everyone ideas on what they can do. Keep it going till the music stops.
I can feel the tension rising. I guess all of us probably. I'm a little anxious, but you don't want to be the one who goes out there and your dog goes nuts. I'm not even quite finished the costumes yet. The other night I woke up during the night and watched an old copy of Lassie Come Home. Anyway, so I turned it on I couldn't sleep, and gosh, he looks just like Odie, because it was the collies were different then, and so anyway.
You're not allowed to keep your hands still. Once you've been there for 2, you've got to start moving. After this, we're really going to have to hurry to clean this place up, okay? Very quickly, get your dogs.
It's been a bad week. Monday night, my computer got a virus. Apparently, it got the mother lode of all viruses. So it's been in repairs all week. I don't have half the people's emails. I'm doing it from memory. Sometimes the emails get through to them, sometimes it doesn't. All of my files that I have to provide the theater are on the computer that went down. So I'm reloading a computer while I'm training and everything else.
I don't have time to deal with this right now.
So try and remember all that stuff, guys, because it's not like we're going to get to practice it over and over. Hope no one gets sick. Hope no dogs have any accidents. Some dogs can't be replaced. We'd have to do it. No choice. The show's going to go on.
We're going to Odie's veterinarian for a checkup. He's on chemotherapy, so every 3 weeks we have another checkup and decide whether to have another go at it. So that's where we're going. So they can't remove the tumor, they can't cure it. So the goal of the chemo is to keep it from growing, because if the tumor grows too big, then he's done, you know. He explained that with chemo in people, they give higher dosages generally because you can communicate to the people what's happening, and you'll be sick for a while, but it'll be worth it in the end. But of course with dogs you can't do that. So they don't give as much, so it's probably not as effective, but it keeps them happier. I'm kind of anxious today. Some days I go feeling very confident and some days not. I just have a feeling, but hopefully I'm wrong.
Come on, Odes. Let's get your vitals.
I mean, everybody loves their dog, and absolutely they do, and I understand that. But when you're really working with them, they become even a bigger part of your life. And I talked to my husband about it. I said, what do you think? The cost part of it, because you have to get past that, you know, that's life. And we're not rolling in the dough. And he said, well, whatever. He said, you go ahead. And now, like, how do you can't just stop if he's still handling it. I can't just say, okay, I've run out of money. Too bad for you. I mean, not that I want to, but that's kind of, it's just a no-brainer. You just keep going as long as he's okay with it.
Okay, buddy. Mommy's right there. That's it.
I spoke with Ray quite a bit about it because he's had a lot of experience with dogs. And so if you think of it in their terms or in their years, you know, I've had 7 more years with him. You know, you have to think of that because that's how it is. I thought, wow, man, I wouldn't want someone to just give up on me. So that was, I thought, since we were about the same age at that time. I don't know, he's just given me so many opportunities and to do things that I never thought I'd be able to do, and fulfilled so many of my personal dreams or fantasies or goals, and you know, how do you not just support that or take care of it?
He's one of the more nervous ones for sure. Sometimes he comes in here and you can hear his
Because you have to balance, who are you doing all this for, you know? He doesn't know about tomorrow like you or I do. He just knows about today, and so, you know, how much do you put him through? And he should still have another 5 or 6 years left, and that's the thing. It's not like at 11 he's going to die, you know. At that age, he's not done yet.
time's, you know, getting shorter and shorter. I'm in this position now where I have to sort of just let certain things go because there's no time to keep dwelling on them because I'll get stuck otherwise and we will never get to certain aspects of what you're supposed to be doing. What I'm going to do is we're going to do a run through where I'm just going to let things go and just to make sure you've had a little chance to get your heads in place. Remember, as always, the main responsibility is on you to remember my little changes. You know, you can't sort of say, I forgot what you told me, and, you know, and what did you say? Because I might not remember. I'm trying to do a lot of different things. Anyway, let's not waste any time. We're going to do a run through.
In the gala, I was hoping I could perform with both Jake and Odie, but it became clear that it was just going to be too difficult. So Allison in our club was available, didn't have a dog that she could perform with. So I asked her if she'd like to take Odie. He, of course, adores her. And he doesn't do a lot, but he's there, and that's just kind of important because he's been in the club for so long.
When I first started just watching, I felt like, you know, the kid on the sidelines waiting to be asked to go play. It's getting more and more exciting because it's getting closer.
I am putting more and more on the onus on each individual to remember what I say, because if they come back to the next rehearsal unprepared, I don't have time to go back over that stuff. So this is the situation in. I'm not prepared to do it. I won't do it. And that's all there is to it. You know, we're not children. We're adults here. So if your dog's sick, so come on your own. You know, if you're sick, so sit in a chair. You don't have to stand up. Come.
Pepsi actually is in the car, but he's kenneled in the car to keep him quiet, because in my new routine, I'm teaching him to jump over top of me. Must have landed wrong. He's been to the vet, but he thinks he might have either sprained a muscle or it could be a torn ligament. I don't want to push it. So it's really important I keep him quiet for a week or so. So he's been kenneled a lot. He's probably wondering what he's done wrong. I feel so bad for him.
Good, Gail. Pretend Pepsi's with you. They're not professionals, obviously, so they're flowing and the costumes will move and make up for, you know, lack of professional training, things like that. So overall, I'm confident that the end result will be somewhere near what's in my head. Through. Better. I know it's one of those things I'm going to have to keep nagging them to the end, and just stay in their character. I understand their problems, but they've got to learn to just deal with it. Two of my kite flyers that I originally choreographed informed me that they couldn't be there, even though they committed before. And to me, not committing that you're in just implies you're out. To be honest, he was a bit upset that they didn't come. He's one of the kite flyers, and they sort of let us down because he was one of the ones who sort of vouched for them and said, these are good guys. They let us down. So anyway, we're moving on. It's not a big deal. And yeah, he does more. Egan will do more, but they're great flyers. I mean, there's hardly anyone who can touch them. So it just gives them a chance to do more, and they would just step up. Come on, Annette. Get Jake focused.
It's escalating dramatically, unfortunately. I hope it doesn't take the fun out of it. Sometimes there's a couple of 17-hour days I put in, and I believe we've raised so far approximately $25,000. But I don't know. I don't have complete confidence in myself or my dog. I just wish there was more time, in a way. I mean, it's been a huge amount of work, and I look back and I think, wow, this was really kind of crazy to take this on. I don't mean the sewing, just I mean every part of it, just the technical side of it. It's just, I don't think it's anywhere near what we had in mind to start with, but it's a one-time thing. I don't think we'll ever be doing that again, so. Come on, puppies, let's go. I don't know what's special about Odie. He's just attentive. I mean, I've had him for 10 years, and he's not a spectacular dog dancer, but he's good, and he's just so easy to get along with. And Jake, well, I think he's working out so well for me as a family member. Aside, if I quit this freestyle tomorrow, he still fits in so well. Oh. The poor ducks. I can feel it inside when I'm around them. It's kind of weird sometimes, you know. I hate to go to work without them. And on Thursday we went in for another chemo, and the tumors are growing back. The first chemo obviously didn't do any good, and so it's only been how long since that night at the barn, and they're already growing back. You know, I don't want to start making him sick just because I can't let go, and yet if you don't do anything, you know. Like Allison, who's going to be taking him in the gala, she just loves him, and she knows the situation. She knows, I don't know if he'll make it till then. I don't know. I don't ask them that anymore. Sorry, I haven't really talked to anybody else about this yet because it's just kind of hard, because it's like we're in the home stretch, you know. There's not as much hope as there was when I first found out. So, I don't know what I'm going to do without Odie. It doesn't seem right because he looks great, doesn't he? I mean, he looks great.
This is a Lower Mainland Dog Fancier's show that they put on once a year. I think it is the largest dog show in Canada. I don't need to show you my stamp, do I?
I believe you're part of it.
You might be interested in this, both of you. Next weekend at Bell Performing Arts Centre, there's going to be an hour, 3/4 long drama play being all acted out on stage. And there's going to be 15 dancing dogs on stage.
We've got a bit of a following, so there's a lot of people that knew we were here or that know that we're coming. Here we go. Thank you. We're selling some tickets. We've sold some tickets already, so, you know, and just talking to people as well, telling them about, you know, about Pause to Dance as well as about the show.
For myself and a lot of the girls, this is my favorite place to do a demo because you feel appreciated, because these are all dog-friendly people and they know how much work it is to train a dog to do what we do. You feel that when you're out there, and I think the dogs do too.
We thought it was pretty important to get ourselves here and get seen, you know, the week before. So it's hard. There was a couple of people that decided they didn't want to perform today because they were a little nervous about performing so close. It's pretty scary for the dogs too.
We knew that we were going to be asked to do this, and I kind of thought, are we going to be able to do this? But on the same hand, it's such a great opportunity to see a lot of people and promote the show, so I thought we can't put it down. We're putting on a play next weekend?
Oh, I don't live on the...
Oh, don't you?
No.
Okay, thank you. You've already got one of these? Okay. Anybody else would like one of these? We're putting on a play next weekend, town too. Anybody else want one of these? It's for a play that we're putting on next weekend. The gala is very close. It's, let me see, 7 sleeps. Yeah, it's going to be a very busy week. In a way, I wish it was more than one night for all this work. I really do.
The show's imminent, so they're taking it more and more seriously. And I've got to trust people to do what they've been asked to do. You know, so they know at the end of the day, and I've explained to them that it's them that's going to be up there. It's their friends that are going to watch them. And if they don't look good, that'd be their fault.
We have audience members coming in. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Expectations of the performance, I'd have to make my mind up when I saw the show.
I'm hoping it's going to be good. I haven't seen dog dancing before, so.
Are you nervous, Bonnie?
Yes.
Are you? A little bit. A little bit.
I can't believe that it's only less than an hour.
No, it's like 7:15? Oh my God.
Ready? 7:15?
Almost game time.
I'm ready to roll.
Okay, guys, are all here after 2 years. And all I want to say is it's going to come and go really quickly after all this work. So you need to now definitely enjoy it. Anyway, I'm going to turn into actor now. I've done my director's bit. Everything's what it is now. So I need to be, well, I got to be now. Tyrone. So good luck. Okay? Go. Very nice. Thanks.
Sort of ground to get off of the wing, so I can't go back on in there.
did awesome with his routine. Yeah, I'm so pleased.
Who would have thought at my age that I'd be performing in front of an audience like that on stage?
It was exciting, it was scary, it was emotional.
Well, I was just blown away by the performance.
I was absolutely amazed. It was just fantastic. So much more than I expected.
It's an event that I'll remember the rest of my life.
We witnessed, I think, the beginning of history. An incredible display of how dogs can be trained.
Just the thrill of getting up on stage and watching the audience's faces enjoying it and being able to be part of something like that is just amazing. I'm realizing another few hours, this whole weekend's going to be over.
Okay, we just wanted to say a few words.
Okay, on behalf of Paws and Ants, we'd like to thank everybody who took part in this fabulous thing. It was just unbelievable. We had a lot of fun. So, let's have fun for everybody. In particular, we'd like to thank Ray, choreographer, dog trainer, inspiration. He came up with the story, and we just couldn't do it without him, and we think he's fabulous. So, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray. Unfortunately, tried to make the everything look like him, but now the hair's a different color. I don't know.
Different hairdo. Teresa. Where's Teresa? With her fear of dogs.
Yeah, but she patted a dog today.
The gala for me sort of evolved. Partway through it, my life got a lot more complicated. My husband took a turn for the worst while we were rehearsing. So at that point, it was kind of throw myself even further into it. It was a great experience, and I loved it. Like any time I've done any other show in my life, when it was over, I was exhausted and wanted to be done with it. But it was also a bit of a letdown because all of a sudden, what I'd been working on for so long was gone, and it was kind of now I had to decide what I was going to do with my life. And I'd have to say to this day, and it's a little over a year later, I still don't know the answer to that.
I believe what it takes to become very good at dog dancing, or probably applies to most anything, is to stick with it. Often people start things and they fall by the wayside because it becomes too hard or you lose interest. If you stick with it, that's what I think is the most important. Who knows what the future will bring?
As the professional trainer around here, if I selected 20 to 30 puppies, trained them all myself, got professional dancers in, taught them to work with them, and so on and so forth. I mean, it could be extremely professional and spot on. It would, I'm sure, be loved if it was done very, very well. My whole thing is creativity, is the challenge of coming up with something. I mean, this first one was, just thinking, who would think putting dogs and people dancing with them and kites flying inside, and then putting all that together and then actually coming up with some way to present that was interesting, and at the end result, people enjoyed it. So we've completed the other show, Escape the Darkness, and the decision now has been made that we're going to go ahead with another one. And basically go through the same process again, hopefully make it a little bit easier, but it'll be the same thing, another 2 years of work, and hopefully come up with something bigger and better.
boy, look at you. Here you go, spin. Good boy. And back, and spin. Spin. Oh, there he goes. Panda come. No. Oh. Panda come. Panda come. Water. Good boy. Get you some water. Oh, yeah. Good boy. Okay. Oh, my goodness. So many things to chase, isn't there? And so this is Panda.